Hello, fellow stitchers. I'm Cher Johnston. Welcome to my happy place. If you're new here, this is just where I sit and stitch and sometimes record videos and show you what I'm working on. I do mostly stitch books. That's why I started this hashtag. There's a link in the description to my Ko-fi site where I have some patterns and stuff. And there's a link to my Facebook group. Join us there. We have about 40 some people. Like and hit the hype button if you would. Today, before we get into this, I just wanted to share with you, this is what I'm doing, and I'm so excited. You hear it? So excited about the little magnets. So there's going to be a magnet in it's going to be like that. So there's going to be a magnet here. That's the seam. That's where the magnets are going to go. Anyways, then I'll have this book that I can also pull out and have one long piece, which I'm really liking. I'm also going to do stitch companion guides. I just found a blue mark that needs to go away. My stitch dictionary, I just finished some stitch companion guides. If you go to my Ko-fi site, there's pictures of each page, and it has, it's a Word document, has clickable links to each tutorial for each different stitch. Okay, you don't need to watch me do this. All right, before I start on this seam, because this is the seam we're going to do today, I wanted to share with you some stuff I did. I did a video the other day where I did some Inktense pencil. I stained some fabrics with my Inktense pencils. Then I got a little carried away. This used to be pink, and I used my dusky purple, and this is some cheesecloth. I think it was tea stained before. This, I think, came out really nice. This lace. It has a couple of dark spots on it, which I kind of like. And then this, I really like this. That came out really well. This was like tan. I don't know if it was coffee stained. I don't think it was. I think maybe it was just aged. But it came out a nice, I sort of like it. It looks a little aged. Same with this. It was aged. Those were green and yellow. I like that it didn't take much on the green. This was white, 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 white. And now I like it. This was a little bit yellowish, but I kind of like that. This is stretchy lace, and I wasn't sure if it would really take the dye, but there's some places that it did and others where it didn't. I may do this again and paint it on. This is some lace that I made myself, and when it was drying, see this pink spot? It was touching some of the other pink, and it's still not dry. It got, oh, I like this. So I didn't look at the back, look at that. There's more pink. I like it, and I think I'm going to cut it up to use in something. And then I used the fuchsia, and this, I love this. I love the white pearl, that contrast. Now these I let them dry, and then I washed them because, whoa, I don't think I washed this one yet. This one, something, I think I got an iron too close to it or something. It's really stiff right here, but this side of it looks okay. This is still wet a little bit. It was super like this. It looked like this. And I washed it with some dish soap to try to get some of that color out. Same with this. I washed it, got a little bit of the color out. And this one too. Because they were like, wow. I don't know if I could get any more of the color out. I suppose I could bleach it. But I think I like the colors the way they are. And I think I might use some of them in this. I put one little piece of lace here, that white with the beaded things, the pearl things. But I don't know, I haven't decided. Okay, today I have dots. If this is the first time that you're watching, I have these dot grids from the back of this book called The Geometry of Hand Sewing. These are stitching cards, and I use them to make dots so that my stitches can be perfectly symmetrical, because I like that. I have DMC floss number 524 and 407 today, and I have 3 strands in my needle. I have a few needles threaded because you don't need to see me thread needles. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do today, but I think I have not done a blanket stitch for a seam. I did some blanket stitch along the edges, but I'm going to do a seam today, and I'm going to do a blanket stitch that I didn't do in my stitch dictionary. I don't know why. I just skipped over it. This is a knotted blanket stitch. So I'm going to do that, and then I sort of thought I knew what I was doing till I sat down to do it. I'm going to put the needle in this direction. I've seen this done different ways online, and I looked in the Sharon Boggin book, and she doesn't do it this way. Hold on a second. I have some wonderful chicken broth this morning. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, that's so lovely. So I'm going to go up like this and do a regular buttonhole stitch. Pull that direction. Then I'm going to put my needle under the thread and make sure not to catch it. And point it that direction and go around the needle, which makes a knot. Ta-da! And I want to jibber jabber today about bone broth. Oh my gosh. If you don't make bone broth, you ought to. Because it is full of collagen. It's super, super good for you. And you're missing out on all the health benefits of bone broth. And it's easy to make. I buy and eat chicken thighs, and I save the bones and the skin. I don't eat the skin, I don't like it. And then I put it in my crock pot with water. Turn it on low, and I leave it about 24 hours, and then I put in an onion cut into 4 pieces, some celery. I take a bunch of celery and I use the tops and the bottoms, the parts that you don't want to put in your soup. And let me see, celery, onions, and a couple of carrots. Not many, not too many carrots. You get too many and it makes it taste weird. And salt. And you want to put some, I forgot to knot that one. I'm getting carried away with my jibber jabber. You want to put some, a little bit of apple cider vinegar. That helps break down the bones. I don't know what it does exactly, but it says you're supposed to do that. And I put salt in, not table salt. I use pink Himalayan sea salt. So then I cook that with the veggies in it. I cook it another day or so. And there's nothing exact about it. I've done trial and error. Sometimes I put in spinach or zucchini. If I have zucchini that I'm not going to eat, it's been there too long, it's starting to get a little soft, just throw that in there. But I have kind of discovered what I like best. And what I did today, I'm trying something new. I took a 2-quart jar of my chicken broth that I just made, and I put it in a pan on the stove. And I got some ginger and some turmeric, and I sliced that up, and some garlic. Slice that up and put in there. And it's warm. It tastes warm. Like if you had a cold, oh my gosh, this stuff would be killer. But I eat a lot of chicken noodle soup, and sometimes I just drink the bone broth because it's yummy. Also in the wintertime, it makes your house smell yummy. Although not so much with the crock pot. Sometimes when it's really cold in the wintertime, I like to put it on the stove. Then I can smell it, and it warms up the house just a little bit. But I don't do that in the summertime. Or it's not even summer yet, but it's getting warm. We have a wonderful day here in Southern California today. It's, well, for us, it's cold. It's cold enough that I have a sweatshirt on. It's probably only 50 or 60 degrees. Okay, if I do this all on camera, it will be a super, super long video, and nobody wants to watch that. Or maybe you do, but I can't upload. So I'm going to finish this. And I think I might go in and do some straight stitches and make some of these longer. And then I'll be back and we're going to do some little flowers. Okay. I'm not having a very good time here today. I got rid of the blue dots and now my fabric's all wet. And I realized that I had picked out that thread because it's similar in color to this Sherry Iris thread that I have. And I just wasn't thrilled with it. So now I have my Sherry Iris thread and I'm a little happier. So Jennifer did on her YouTube channel the other day, she did this feather, this chain feather stitch. And I thought, I've never done that before. I'm going to have to try it. I kind of like it. I think mine's a little bit different because my stitches are really tiny. And also I'm kind of doing a twisted chain because I think I like that better. So let me just show you and explain. You know, so I'm going to go in here next to that stitch. I'm going to come out at the end of that last one. And see, my needle is on the right hand side. I'm going to go twist it that way, like a fish. Do you know? I don't know if you've heard of the Mandela effect, but I watch these videos and sometimes I'm in utter disbelief. Like, here's one. Remember the Lucy show? Lucy and Desi Arnaz was so popular when we were kids, right? There's this saying that Desi, swear I've heard it on the show, right? Lucy, you got some splaining to do. He never said that on the show. I said, what? You can't tell me he never said that on the show. I don't believe it. But sure enough, he never did. Here's another one. In the movie, The Field of Dreams. No, it's not it's Field of Dreams. Field of Dreams. There's a voice that comes to him from the cornfield. And it's like a whisper. If you build it, they will come. Only the voice didn't say that. It didn't say, if you build it, they will come. It said, if you build it, he will come. I swear it said they when I saw it before. But oh no. You watch the movie now and it says, he will come. And what else? Oh, the other one that freaked me out was the Monopoly game. When I was a kid, the Monopoly man had a monocle. And I remember having a conversation. What kid would know that word, monocle? I remember having a conversation with somebody when I was a kid about the monocle. That's how I learned what a monocle is. He doesn't have one. And they say he never did. But I'm telling you, I swear, I know I had a conversation with somebody about it. It's crazy, right? And now I want to look and see. Remember the Jetsons? Meet George Jetson. Da 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 da. His boy Leroy. Jane, his wife. And I know that there was some other thing to the song. Can't remember. But I do know that the robot's name was Rosie. I really thought I would have a Rosie by now. Well, I think that they are looking better. Um, I'm still on camera. Um, it's one of the things that happens sometimes when I stitch. The first ones don't look that great, and then they start to improve. And I do realize that now I'm putting in 2 stitches instead of just 1. I started off with 1, now I have 2 before I start this thing. And I like the, that's a thread from the back side. I don't know if you guys come here to watch me stitch or if you come for the crazy stories. Hmm. Let's go over to the side a little bit. I think she did hers in a straight line, and I want mine to go curvy. I'm liking the way this is coming out. Okay. I might finish these off camera because I don't have much to say today. It's a dreary day today. It's only, I had to check the temperature after I said something. It's it's like 57 degrees. I know in other parts of the country that's that's warm, but for me, for us here, it's kind of cold. I mean, it's cold enough that I don't have the window open, and um, I want to turn on some kind of heat. I don't use my heater. I usually just, oh, I know what. I have chicken to cook for dinner. And usually I wait until it gets cooler, but I might just cook my chicken. That'll warm up the house. Okay, I'm going to finish these off camera and then come back and we're going to do some some cast on stitches. Okay, this one I did 2 stitches and it still looks like 1. So I'm just going to do 1. I do love these stitches. I think I did 15 wraps. 2. 6. All right. I think I might put some beads in the center of those. I did that before. Not like anything really new here. Although I did do these little tiny buds. Man, she's just chomping away. Let's do one over here. One, 2, 3, 5. Oh, Mitzi, just being a clown. I think what I did is I just kind of did this. Those were something that wasn't really planned. I didn't know that that was going to do that like that. And so now I'm trying to do the same thing without really knowing what I did. Yeah, see, it's just a little teeny tiny thing. And I'm going to just tack it down. Now, I checked and I'm at like half an hour. Sometimes I have to check because it seems like I just got started. And before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long. I'm going to finish off camera and you'll see it'll be just like magic. It's like magic. There it is. Look at the little beads. How cute is that? Oh, I like it. Okay. I also started up here. I used this pink that I used there, and I'm putting some seed stitches in that area. And let me just zoom you out. Someone asked me for pictures of all the pages, and I said, no, they're not done yet. So I'll pause so you can take a picture. This page, it feels like it needs something in there. This here, that's a fold. You know what I mean? This might have something more. This might be done. And then this is the page that we're working on. And I'm not going to get out the other ones because they need tops like this. Put tops on. I don't think, I may have done that off camera. This is just a fly stitch. But I need to do a dragonfly. That would be cool, huh? Okay, that's my video for today. Thanks for joining me and Mitzi. Have a wonderful day. Bye.